Note, when I come over here and all I see is a name or a blank screen, you're not going to get credit for being there. And y'all notice, like when you came in, you heard those dings? Those dings tell me somebody's coming in or going off the Zoom. So I know when you're coming and going, okay? All right, now, here's what I want you to do for me. All right, let's just review for a second. All right. What if I told you to make an 8 in base 10 with your base 5 blocks? All right, so make me an 8, like change 8 to a base 5. Now I've got a question. Can I use one of these big squares? Why? Too big. So what's the first one that you grab? Did you grab the rod? Now think about what you did. You did exactly what you did on the test. All right? On the test, you were drawing blanks. Everybody with me? And so you had a 5 to the 0, and then you had a 5 to the 1. So how many 5s can I pull out of 8? I can only pull out how many? 1. You grabbed 2. 2 would have been too many. Now, when you did that, haven't you used up 5? So what's left? 3. So now I've got to fill in this column right here. So I'm seeing how many 1s I can pull out of 3. So how many 1s can I pull out of 3? 3. All right. So do we understand I get a 1 and a 3 base 5? So that's not red 13. There's no 13. It's just a 1, 3 in base 5. So that's what you're doing when you're doing the division. You're literally, it's like you're pulling the pieces and seeing, I've already used up 5, now I've got 3 left. How can I make 3? Okay, now, here's what I want you to do. So you got a 1, 3 in base 5. All right, in another set, I want you to make a 1, 1 in base 5. So we're doing set model. Remember set model? You have one thing in one set and one thing in the other set. Now I'm not saying it's not an 11. I mean, you make a 1, 1 in base 5. So does everybody understand that you got your 1, 3 in this set, and now I've got a 1, 1 in my other set? Are we good? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add those two numbers. Now, how do you add with set model? What do you do with your sets? All right, so you do that. You union your sets on your paper, on your desk. So you union your sets. So I push them together. Now, what kids do naturally and what people do naturally is we start grouping things that are alike. So if I put my rods together and then my little units together, isn't this what I have? So what's my answer? I have how many units? How many units? 4. And how many rods? 2. So I get a 2, 4 in base 5. We're good? Now let's go back. I want you to make that 1, 3 in base 5 again. But this time I want you to make me a 2, 4 in base 5 in your other set. So I've got my 1, 3. But this time, I want a 2, 4. so does everybody understand? These are my rods and these are my units. So I've got a 1 rod and 3 units, and over here I've got 2 rods and 4 units. We good? Now, if I want you to add them, what are you going to do with these 2 sets? You're going to do what with them? You're going to union them. Okay, so I'm going to stick them all together. Now, you look up here and tell me what's wrong if I write this down.
You can't have 7.
I can't have a 7 face value. What's the biggest face value I can have? 4. Now, here's what Common Core calls it. All right? Common Core is big on the phrase bundling. You bundle things and you unbundle things. You bundle things and you unbundle things. And the base tells you how many to put in your bundle. So if I'm in base 5, I'm always bundling in groups of what? 5. If I'm in base 3, I'd be bundling in groups of what? 3. If I'm in base 10, what are you going to have your kids bundling in groups of? 10. Every time you bundle, you trade. You do it all the time with money. You bundle 4 quarters, and what do you trade it for? $1. See, that's bundling. We do it in time. When we get 60 minutes, we bundle that and make it what? An hour. It works for money, it works for time, it works for fractions, it works for whole numbers. It works all over the place. So that's why it is crucial that as elementary teachers that you teach this from kindergarten up. Bundling. So if I'm in base 5, whenever I get 5 of something, I've got to bundle that 5 together and I'm going to remove it. But if I remove a bundle, haven't I changed what I've got? So I've got to replace it with something equivalent to it. So do we understand that I've got to take 5 of these and bundle them? Now why 5? Why not 3 or 10? Why 5? That's your base. Now, I'm going to remove these. I'm going to put them in a bundle and remove the bundle. But what am I going to have to replace it with? A rod. All right. And if you notice, if you stack these, that's what's lovely. When we do base 10, that's why they look this way. And you can't see it on Zoom, and it's kind of hard for y'all to see here. Later, you'll kind of look at them. They have literally taken 10 of these and glued them so that those kids can individually see that there are actually 10 of those little squares, 10 of those little cubes in there. They didn't just make it one long, smooth rod. And they did that on purpose because they want the kids to see that literally there are 10 of these in one of those. So it's the same thing. They would take 10 of these cubes and pull them out and put a rod in its place. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to remove these. But in order to do that, I've got to replace it with one of what? Those. All right, does it make sense what I did? Now, what property says that that's okay? Did I really add anything new? In other words, what I really did was I took out 5 and I added what? 5. Do you understand that makes a 0? So that identity property of addition says I didn't really what? I didn't change anything. Those are also inverse operations. If you take away 5 and then you add 5, you just undone, you're back where you started. So what's my correct answer right here when I start modeling cells? Let me put it back up here. So what's my correct answer going to end up being? 2. I'm going to get a 4 what? 2. Not a 3, 7. A 4, 2 is base 5. All right, you try this one for me. All right. I want you to make me a 2, 2 in base 5 in one set. In your other set, I want a 1, 4 in your other set. Okay, so first, you have to make the separate sets. So do that first, make a 2, 2, and then make a 1, 4. And then, how am I going to add them? If I tell you to add them, what are you going to do with those two sets? You're going to union them. Okay? So you take your two sets and you union, and then just freeze as soon as you union them. Now, like I said before, when the students start unioning things, they start grouping by like. They always do. Without you telling them, they'll start grouping things together that are alike. Now, what's the problem? I have more than 5. So, how do the kids know when to make a bundle and when not to make a bundle? Because the first problem we did, we didn't make a bundle. How do the kids going to know when to make a bundle and when not to make a bundle? When do they make a bundle? Whenever you got 5 of something. So if you've got 5 or more, you got enough to what? Make a bundle. All right. So how many am I going to remove? What my bundle's got to be in groups of what? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's my bundle. Now, if I take that bundle out, what am I going to replace it with? I got to replace it with a rod. All right. So what's my answer going to be? 4 what? 1. All right. You try this one for me. I want you to make me a 2, 3 in base 5. And then I want you to make me a 2, 2 in base 5. So a 2, 3, and then a 2, 2. Then, after you get those set up, I want you to union them because I want you to add them, and then without me helping you, I want you to reduce them. I want you to simplify them. All right? So you're adding a 2, 3 to a 2, 2. All right, so you union those, and then see if you can simplify them without my help. All right, what's the first thing I'm going to have to do? Can I make a bundle? Yeah. Now, do I start with the smallest piece or the biggest piece? I always start with what? Smallest piece. But think about why that's important. Because when they start adding, I want them to start not on the left side, but on the what? The right side. So you bundle 5 of these together. Now, when you remove that, what do you have to replace it with? A rod. Is everybody good? So I take that off and I put a rod up. Am I finished? No, why? Because I got 5 of something. So what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to make another bundle, am I not? So what am I going to take away? When I take away these 5, what are they going to get replaced with? A flat. So the only thing on your desk at this point is just that. Is everybody with me? Now, how do I write that number? Is it just one? It's one flat. Which column is the flats? It's my 25s, isn't it? It's my 5 to the seconds. Everybody with me? So I don't have any ones, right? I don't have any what? 5s. I've got one what? 25. Now, let's talk about how you do it without the manipulator. Now, I'm going to do it in words, and then I'm going to come back and do it without the words. You understand that you had 2 flats, and you had 3 units.
2 rods.
All right. Oh, thanks. 2 rods. And 3 units. On my next number, what did I have? I had 2 what? Rods, and I had 2 what? Units. And then we added them. We unioned them, didn't we? Now, when we did that, we had 5 units, and we had what? 4 rods. Now, what's the problem? I can't do that. I'm going to have to make a bundle. So what am I going to bundle? I'm going to bundle how many of these units? 5. Now, these 5 units that I'm bundling, that's my bundle, right? Am I going to add that bundle or remove it? What am I going to do with this? I'm going to remove it. But if I remove 5 from something, that changes it. So how am I going to make sure that I don't change the problem? What am I going to do? I'm going to add what to the problem? A rod. So when I take away 5 units and I add a rod, have I really done anything right there? No. So how many units are left? 0 units are left. But how many rods do I have now? I have 5 rods. Is that okay to have 5 rods? No. So what am I going to have to do? I have to make another what? Bundle. So I'm going to take 5 rods in my bundle. And what am I going to do? I'm going to remove it, right? But what have I got to do if I remove 5 of the rods? I've got to do what? Add 1 what? Flat. So what I end up with is no units and what? No rods and what? That's why my answer is 100 base what? 5. Everybody following me? Now, notice it is easier for you to think in shapes first. It's going to be easier for your students to think in shapes. After my students did this over and over, after you did it over and over, I might make you go from, instead of units and rods, I might replace those with 1s and what? 5s. Just like when they're doing it. When they make a 23 in base 10, they're still going to have 2 rods and 3 what? Units. It's just they're going to have 3 1s, but they're going to have 2 what? 10s. But they're going to think better in rods and units and flats before they start thinking in 1s and 10s and 100s. Now, notice what you can do if you don't want to write it all out. When they got good at writing it all out, first I would make them just do it with manipulatives the way that you're doing. Then I would make them do it with the manipulatives and then write it out in words. When they got really good at that, then I can take the manipulatives and move to an abstract. And here's kind of how you would do it abstractly. What's 3 plus 2? 5. Can I put a 5 down here as a face value? No. So what I'm doing is I'm going over to the side and I'm saying, okay, I've got a 5, but I'm going to have to take out a 5. Now, why a 5? Because that's my what? That's a bundle. When I do that, how many are going to be left over? How many are going to be remaining? 0. There's going to be none left over. But didn't I just make a bundle, a rod? So it's got to go to my next column. Is everybody with me? Then when I add that up, I get another what? 5. So do I have to make a bundle?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to subtract this bundle. How many's in my bundle? We told me there were what? 5. How many's that going to leave me? 0. But again, I've got to put my bundle. All right, so suppose I had this. 1, 1, 3 in base 5 plus a 1, 1, 4 in base 5. All right, what's 3 plus 4? Is 7 an okay base value? No. So I'm going to have to remove a bundle, correct? How many are in my bundle? 5. How do you know there's 5? Because it's base 5. How many will that leave me? Remainder of what? 2. Everybody with me? So that remainder goes down and I've got to carry my bundle. Now what does that column add up to? Is 3 okay as a base value? Yeah. What's that column add up to? Is 2 okay? So I get a 2, 3, 2 in base what? 5. Everybody tracking? All right, what if I had something besides base 5? What if I had this? I've got a 3, 2, 3 in base 4, and I'm adding a 1, 0, 1 in base 4. So how big are my bundles going to be now? 4s. So when you add 3 to 1, can I write down a 4? No. What's the biggest base value I can have in base 4? 3. So I have to take out a bundle. How many are in my bundle now? What base is it? How many is that going to leave me? 0. But I've got to carry my bundle, correct? What does this column add up to? 3. Do I need to make a bundle? No. What's that column add up to? 4. Can I make a bundle? Yeah, I'm going to take that bundle out then. How many is in a bundle? 4. What's that leave me? 0. But I've got to carry my bundle. Okay? What if I do this one? I've got a 6, 3, 6 in base 8. And I'm adding a 1, 5, 7 in base 8. What's 6 plus 7? 13. Can I have a 13? No. I'm going to make a bundle. How many going to be in this bundle? 8. Correct? How many is that going to leave me? 5. So I have 5 and I carry my bundle. What does this column sum to? 9. Do I have enough to make a bundle? Yes. I'm going to take that bundle out. How many are in my bundle? What base is it?
8.
How many is in my bundle? 8. It's always your bundle. Your base is your bundle. How many is that going to leave me? 1. But I've got to carry my bundle. What's that column sum to? 8. Can I make a bundle? So I've got to take out my bundle. How many is in my bundle?
8.
How do you know how many is in your bundle? It's always your base. That's going to leave me a 0, isn't it? But I've got to carry my bundle. With me? Now, because see, here's what you're going to have to teach. What's 7 plus 5? 12. Can you put down a 12? You are not going to tell them to put down the right digit and carry the left digit. because that's not gonna work with time or money. They've got 12. Do they have enough to make a bundle? Yeah, and they're doing it with the blocks at first. Everybody with me? So how many is gonna be in the bundle when you teach? 10. How many is that gonna leave? 2. So they're gonna bundle 10 and remove it. So that leaves them 2 ones. But what did they do? They traded it for a ride, didn't they? They've got to carry their 10, their bundle. What does that column add up to? Is 10 okay? Can I write down a 10 here? No. Can they make a bundle? Yeah. So they're going to take out their bundle. How many is going to be in their bundle? 10. What is that going to leave me? 0. But they traded it for a flat for 100s. Everybody with me? What do those sum up to?
13.
Can I put 13 down? No. Can you make a bundle? Yeah, you're going to remove this bundle. How many are going to be in this bundle? 10. How many is that going to leave you? 3. You're going to go get one of those big blocks, those thousands. That's how you're going to teach it. Because if you teach it that way, look what happens. Something took you 2 hours and 48 minutes. Another job took you 3 hours and 27 minutes. And I want to know, how long did the whole thing take? Well, it took you 75 minutes, right? And 5 hours. Are you going to leave it like that? No, you're going to make a bundle. How many is in your bundle when you're doing minutes and hours? 60. So I'm going to go over here and have 75. Everybody with me? You see, I'm going to take away what? 60. But I'm going to have to add what?
In that case, if you got high enough with your bundle for the hours changed to 24?
No, in time, nothing, in other words, you might switch to days.
Yeah, but would it be like it would reach 24 hours?
That's what I'm saying. They've got to understand what's in their bundle. Think about how it's going to translate with money. In money, you bundle with all groups. If I'm working with dimes, what am I bundling in? 10s. Working in nickels, what am I bundling in? 5. Working with quarters, what am I bundling in? Do you see what I'm saying? So if you teach this idea of bundling and unbundling, it works for so many things. When we get to fractions, hard to see on Zoom, let's make it bigger. This is kind of a preview of coming attractions. That denominator tells you how many equally sized pieces make a whole. So you're going to bundle. You've got 7 pieces. Do you have more than enough for a whole? Yes. You're going to remove 6 of those pieces and trade it for a whole. Is everybody with me? So you have a whole, 1 whole, plus you've got 1 piece. Is everybody with me? I've got 1 whole in 1 piece. How many equal sized pieces? How many is in a bundle here? So when I teach them to bundle and now what's going to happen on Zoom for y'all and what they're going to be, we're going to do subtraction on next time. And we're going to do it the same way. We're going to bundle and what? Unbundle. So if you do it right, if you were the kindergarten teacher and the 1st grade teacher and you do it right, do you see how you have impacted everything they're going to do after you? If you teach them to write down the right number and carry the left number, that's not going to work for time, money, for nothing. They're going to get lost. So you need to start thinking through this idea of bundling and unbundling, bundling and unbundling. Now, I've got this many whole minutes to show you this. These are the problems that took me to a place I cannot describe to y'all. I loathe these problems. I got a marker that you can see. One's the black one that we can see. I hated these problems as a kid. Because I'm very careless and I don't think in my head very well. So what I do now is I would do scratch addition. You ever done scratch addition? Scratch addition is fabulous. You're going to have to learn to do it because I'm going to give it to you on a test. But I would never do scratch addition if I hadn't taught bundling and unbundling first. Because all I have to be able to do in my head, the biggest thing I got to do in my head is 9 plus 9. Because what you do in scratch addition is you don't wait till the end and bundle, you bundle as you go. So if this is base 10, every time I get 10 of something, I'm going to go ahead and bundle and trade. Is everybody with me? So here's what I mean. What's 6? See, I can't do 6 plus 8 is 14, 14 plus 7, I'm already lost in my head. See what I'm saying? I'm over here to the side going 14 plus 7, 20. I don't even remember where I am. So here's what I do. We agree that 6 plus 8 is 14. Do I have enough to make a bundle? Yes. How many are going to put in that bundle? How many are going to be in that bundle? 10. That leaves me how many? 4. They call it scratch. I usually now call it bundle. There's my bundle. And how many are left over? 4. All I've got to worry about now is the 4 I've already traded. What's 4 plus 7? Can I make another bundle? How many am I going to take out from my bundle? You're in base 10. What big's your bundle? 10. That's going to leave you how many? 1. I've made a bundle. Now I've got how many left over? 1. What's 1 plus 5? Can you make a bundle yet? What's 6 plus 9? 15. Can I make a bundle? Yes. How many's in my bundle? 10. How many's that going to leave me? So I've made a bundle, I've got 5 left over. So at the end of all that, how many are left? How many little ones do I have at the very end of all that? Only have 5, don't I? How many bundles did you make? 3. Carry your bundles. What's 3 plus 5? 8. Can I make a bundle? No. What's 8 plus 9? 17. Now, the only thing about base 10 is because you're taking out 10, what's going to be left? A bundle with what? 7 left. What's 7 and 9? 16. Isn't that going to be a bundle with 6 left? What's 6 plus 2? 8. Can you make a bundle? No. What's 8 plus 7? 15. Would that be a bundle with 5 left? So I've got 5. I made 1, 2, 3 bundles. What's 3 and 4?
7.
What's 7 plus nothing?
7.
Still can't make a bundle. What's 7 and 6?
13.
That's a bundle with how many left? 3. What's 3 plus 4?
7.
I can't make a bundle yet. What's 7 and 7?
14.
That's a bundle with 4 left. I only made 1 what? 2 bundles. 2 plus 3 is 5. Can't make a bundle. 5 and 2 is
7.
can't make a bundle. 7 and 5 though is, so that's a bundle with 2 left. What's 2 and 8?
10.
So that's a bundle with none left. What's 0 plus 5? So I can't make a bundle. How many were at the end? Only had, and I made 1, 2 bundles. 2 and 2 is 4. What's 4 and 7? So that's a bundle with 1 left. 1 and 4 is 5. Can't make a bundle. What's 5 and 8?
13.
Bundle with 3 left. 3 and 9 is 12. So that's a bundle with 2 left. Made 1, 2, 3 bundles. 3 and 1 is 4. Biggest thing I've ever got to add is 9 and 1. 9. That's way better than me trying to go 14 plus 7, is that 21, 22, my gosh, I'm lost. You see what I'm saying? Like, all right, where's your homework gonna be? Come see if you need some help. You'll be working on your base 5 blocks on subtraction on Zoom, and they'll be